Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Alara Canfield Show, the Awaken to Happiness Now global series. Thank you so much for being here with us today. And my good friend Tarek Bibi is back with us. And today we're talking about manifesting financial abundance from your gifts. That's an exciting topic. I know you're all going to have questions. So we will be taking live caller questions as well. So you can raise your hand or you can type your question in the chat. And so today, some of what we're going to learn and experience is, the secret to manifesting wealth, how to break free from the spiritual traps, how to take our power back and be sovereign, and how healing the inner child will shift our lives to all levels. So that's a big one, how, healing the inner child. And we all have stories, we all have wounds, and all sorts of stuff is coming up right now. So just be aware of that. And for those of you who don't know Tarek, Tarek Bliss Bibi is a rising star with massive social media following, who's already changed the lives of over 1 million people worldwide. And Tarek works with businesswomen and men on the spiritual path to help them thrive doing what they love. And through his revolutionary infinity healing modality, he's able to help his clients achieve and manifest their heart's desires with infinite ease and grace, even if they have not been able to achieve their results elsewhere. So Tarek, aka,
go ahead. Those are real facts.
True story. You heard it here. He is a facilitator of inner transformation, helping people on the spiritual path around the world transcend all their emotional and psychological blocks at their core level. And in an instant, Tarek is able to help people release years of pain and problems to live life miraculously. And that's what we're all looking for, right? We're all looking to, let go of all that stuff that's been holding us back so that we can thrive. Tarek is a very sought after speaker on telesummits and festivals, and Tarek's warm, sincere, and loving heart-centered presence helps and heals all who are inspired by his own journey from abuse and trauma to living an inspired life. So please, everyone, please join me in welcoming Tarek back to the show. Tarek, welcome.
Yay. Thank you so much for having me, Alara. I appreciate you. You were saying, you were chatting with someone earlier about, you're like, I used to be Shafali then. It feels like a past life.
Absolutely.
But in this lifetime, yeah.
Oh yeah, so long ago, right? And everything is shifting so quickly and so fast that it's just amazing what changes we're going through. So before we get started,
Laura, sorry, I just want to say thank you so much for having me on your platform and welcoming me or introducing me to your audience. And for those of you that don't know, every morning when I count my blessings, Alara is there as a daily thank you for her to her, because when I was originally launching, she was one of the first summits that that launched me and helped me reach more people. So always, forever grateful for that. And it started a whole bunch of things that led to so much. So super grateful, Laura, and so nice to see you and reconnect. Let's make it super special because it's been years. And
absolutely.
Yeah.
No, I'm so glad you're here. And, I was just, my kids are visiting their grandparents in Nova Scotia, and they're looking at old wedding pictures, right? And it's like, yeah, Tarek was there at the wedding, so we've known each other for a long time, and so
I did a spiritual rap song at your wedding.
It was so much fun, and everybody loved it. I remember my cousin saying her hands were like buzzing so much because she was clapping so much. She just absolutely loved it. But yeah, so we've been on this journey together for a long time, and so I'm so glad that you're here with us to share what's new, what's going on, some new programs. Your infinity healing is so amazing. So so as we get started, I just want to start off by talking quickly just a little bit about manifesting financial abundance from your gifts. And I will be upfront, and I will say this right away because I know people will have this question. Some people are going to say that they don't know what their gifts are. Can you talk to that a little bit first?
Yes. Great question, Alara. It's probably the number one question most people are stuck in is, what is my purpose? And once that's ticked off, it's like, how can I financially succeed from my gifts? So my journey was, the kid in school had a hard time getting lowest grades. Dad was tough on me, and I experienced a lot of abuse and bullying and put downs almost on a daily basis. I would break down into tears on a daily basis. I felt like my spirit was being crushed. I didn't feel safe. I was confused. I'm like, God, who are these people? Why am I here? Why is the vibration so dense? And so I grew up in the Middle East and then immigrated to Canada when I was 17, and I was just abusing alcohol and drugs, and I almost got a heart attack, and I was like, oh God, this is the worst way. What a waste of a life. I wasn't afraid of death, but I felt like I wasted my life, and I was like, please give me a second chance. Heart continued beating, and I shifted everything. I was like, I clean diet, vegetarian, then became vegan, no alcohol, no drugs, and reading tons of personal development books, spiritual books, and working on myself. And, you know, everything I've experienced, it's just very innate for me to bless it forward. So I remember the day I was praying to the universe and to God and source, and I was like, show me, what am I here to do? Because I'm getting fired from all these crappy jobs in Toronto. Like, the crappy jobs are firing me. So it made me feel like, okay, is there not something on, like, for my purpose here on planet Earth? So step one is to ask. And I asked, and I was like, show me what I can do as a job that I won't do for money, but at least I can do it and feel fulfilled, because I'm reading these books about fulfillment and purpose. And then you just follow the synchronicities. I saw, and it's also a mindset shift. It's not that mindset that says I need a job to make sure I have money. It was, let me make sure I'm manifesting something that feels good and is giving me money, that feels fulfilling and is giving me money, that feels like it's making the best use of my gifts, talents, and abilities, and it's generating income. So sometimes for a lot of us healers, light workers, empaths, it's star seeds. It's tricky for us to find that job out in the system, because the system is there to continue to support the system. So we need to sometimes create that job that we're looking for out there. We need to birth it. But anyways, it started with, like, I found a not-for-profit that works with single moms who've been through abuse and trauma. So I knew there was something to do with trauma and abuse there. And that didn't work out. And then I went to study to be a ECE, to work with kids. That didn't work out. Like, I even failed their entry test. I don't know how you failed, like, the entry test to take the course, but I failed. But I still manifested working at the YMCA part-time, which led to a full-time daycare job, which was the first time ever, Alara, parents were coming up to me and they're like, my kids love you. Like, my kids talk about you. This one kid was like, he's like, you're in his dreams. And so it's the first time I didn't get positive feedback growing up. So it was the first time basically someone saying, Tarek, you're doing something good, and you're good at something. So I was like, oh. So I took that, and then I met my ex-wife at the time, and thanks to her, we got into a program that helps people start their businesses. And I wasn't sure what I wanted to do. I went to my coach, and my coach said, I wanted to open up like a bookstore that has all these books that are going to change people's lives. Tony Robbins, Deepak Chopra, you know, all the angel cards, and everything to do with spirituality and personal development. And he just basically took a crap on my idea. I was super confident about it, but I was very naive. I was 25, and he's like, yeah, you're going to need to sell a lot of stuff in order just to pay for rent in Toronto. And I was like, I just took that as basically, your idea sucks. And I just was bummed out. And I went back home and I was looking through my emails. And at the bottom of one of the emails I was subscribed to, it said, you can be a hypnotherapist today. And it literally felt like the universe is like, Tarek, you can be a hypnotherapist today. Because his suggestion was, go become a coach, go take a 2-year course. And I was like, I just dropped out of college. I'm so done with school. Like, my first day of kindergarten, I'm crying. I'm like, Dad, I don't want to do this. And it's like, you're going to have to do it. Everyone does it. And from that point till college, till I was 25, I was like, I didn't want to do any of that. So to hear a coach say another 2 years, I'm like, oh, no way. So I researched hypnosis courses, and they were only 10 days. I was like, I can do 10 days. 10 days is very doable. Found the best hypnosis course in Toronto, took it, and feedback was phenomenal. Like, my teacher literally had certifications all over her room, and she had two rooms stuffed with more certifications. Bless her heart, Debbie Papadakis, Greek. And I was on day 10, you do a practice session. So I worked with one of her clients. She's like, Tarek, I got more breakthroughs from this quick session we did now than I did years working with Debbie. So that definitely boosted my ego to the 100th level. I was like, okay, I'm really good at this. And then just all these things started happening. So a lot of us are healers, and a lot of us need some form of acknowledgement. Alara, you are a healer. Like, you know, for most, we're conditioned, it's a certification. So for me, that hypnosis certification was how I can show my mind, look, mind, I am now trained to help people. But the truth is, it's innate. It's in us, it's in our soul, it's in our being. We don't have to try hard to do it. Like, look at the things that naturally happen. Do people naturally come up to you and feel trusting and open up about things they're not sharing with anyone else? Are you naturally picking up on people's thoughts and their emotions or their traumas? Then if you're an empath, you can have a thriving career as an empath. You're a healer, you can have a thriving career as a healer. So if you're on this call, I would want to just acknowledge for you, you're on this call because you're a healer. So the question becomes, how do I want to create a reality where I'm generating income, if that's part of your goal, from my gifts? So you have tons of gifts. For those of you who believe in past lives, you've had thousands of lifetimes, or you've had several lifetimes. You have so many gifts, talents, and abilities. And the question is, how can you, my mission is to help healers, light workers, and empaths thrive from their gifts. So a lot of us focus on the spiritual side of things and not so much in the business side. Like, Alara, you've invested in a high level coaching, mentoring business program. So you're balancing it. You're doing the spiritual stuff, but you're also working on the business stuff. And when you marry those two, spirituality and business, it allows for both wings to flap, so you can fly. So most people are trying to wing it. I don't recommend that. Find someone who's a few steps ahead of you and has figured out how to make a living from their gifts, and follow them, do what they do, ask them questions, get on a call with them, so that they can help you, they can save you 5 years worth of trying to figure it out yourself. And I was that kid who, like, I didn't think anyone cared about me. So I would see all these successful people and I was like, how are they doing it? You know, like, why don't they help me? And I just had to commit. Like, my life changed. So I developed the infinity healing modality, and it's helped me heal my traumas. It's helped me forgive all the people that I felt wronged me in my life, and it's helped me clear my money blocks. And I went from being broke and on welfare, and I had like $30,000 of debt at that time, and I was able to shift everything around and start generating 6 figures from my gifts. And that was maybe 27, 28, when I was 28. So 10, 11 years ago. And maybe I'm getting timelines wrong, but it's been consistent. So when I forgave, it was the hardest thing I had to do. So in my sessions, I hold space for my clients to forgive. When I figured my purpose, I help people figure out their purpose. When I hit 6 figures, I've been helping people for the last 3 years, mostly healers, hit 6 figures. So that's kind of how I live my life.
And I love what you said about, it's not about winging it, right? Because when you're trying to wing it, it doesn't work. But when you actually invest in yourself, and no, I'm like, you guys, like, put down your walls and barriers, okay? So when you actually invest in yourself and commit to something, you know, it will work out. Like, you know, when I started doing telesummits, I didn't just wing it. I actually trained with Darius, and you all know who Darius is. I actually trained with him before to learn how to do a telesummit, because before that I didn't know anything, right? So, you know, we do have to commit to our lives, right? We have to commit to who we are and our choices. And it's like, this is what I want to do. So what's the best way to do that? And sometimes, you know, like you said, you didn't know at the beginning what you wanted to do, but it came about gradually, organically, as you tried different things, right?
100%. And look at how that shifted you from where you were, like, just as an observer of summits, and then an ambitious part of an intuitive nudge was like, I want to be doing this. And you took that step, you took that leap of faith, you got out of your comfort zone, and you made a big investment. And you learned from someone who knows what they're doing. And now you've been receiving the return on your investment every single time, like, not just financially, which is one of the things, but spiritually.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. This has been such a blessing, doing these
Yeah,
telesummits. I mean, I couldn't quantify that with, getting the training. I did not know what a blessing it was going to be for me to have such a wonderful community, have such wonderful guests and speakers who have become such great friends. That was not something I knew about at all. So it's been such a gift. And you don't realize that the gifts and blessings you will receive until you actually get on the path and do whatever it is that you want to do, right?
100%. So, some people are like, is this the right choice? And I really don't like to look at it as right or wrong. I feel like everything is on our path. There's just like longer, you can take the longer route or you can take the shorter route. And that golden nugget of like, like, even if it's a book, like sometimes we read books and we're not implementing the wisdom of the book. There's like one nugget of wisdom I learned from this book that I would get from the library in Toronto, Millionaire Mind thing, talking about how to manage your money. Like that one nugget led to me generating thousands of dollars in passive income from one nugget. So what's the book that you're feeling called to read? Who's the speaker that you're resonating with? Who's the healer? Who's the teacher? Who's the mentor? Who's the coach? The bigger you're resisting it, the bigger it's almost like a confirmation to do it. That's another thing I learned along the way is I would pray for help. It would come my way. I would get afraid and run away. Like the ego is terrified, the self-sabotage kicks in, the inner child's scared. So we're responsible, and it's the title of a book, Feel the Fear and Do It Anyways. So without actually doing that, you might be doing what I've done, which is like going in circles on a hamster wheel. And then everything changed when I felt the fear. So I asked for help. It came my way. I felt afraid. And instead of running away, I faced the fear. I was like, I'm still going to do it. I'm investing. And I was broke. And this coach was talking about $500 a month. And I was like, I am on welfare, like government assistance. How can I afford this? And you could do two things. One, you can say, these are all the reasons why I can't do it, which is comforting and the ego likes that. Or you can go, what are all the ways I can make this work? And there's two functionalities. Are we listening to our heart? Or are we listening to our scared child? Are we listening to the voice of spirit, the ego? Are we creating excuses why not to do something? Or are we using so that's like our victim, or are we using our creator consciousness to figure out a way to make it work? So these are some of the inner work.
And that's the thing, we do have to do the inner work, and we do have to do the implementation, and nothing happens without some sort of inner work and implementation. You got to do both.
100%. Like if every year goes by and you're like, hey, same thing, why didn't it change? Like we're hoping someone will come in a shiny spaceship and come and save us, and it's like, what do I need to do differently this time around so that I can get the changes? Because if you want things to change, you have to change yourself. So, okay, what habits do I need to revisit? What, my food habits, my health habits, my fitness habits, my spiritual practices, like how I'm using my money, how I'm using my time, how I'm using my energy. If years have gone by and you're still feeling like I'm still where I've been the last few years, what do you need to change in those things? What do you need to do differently so that your life can be different? And it requires sacrifice, and it requires focus, and it requires dedication, and it requires discipline. A lot of people don't like the word discipline, but when I'm disciplined with my money, I experience financial abundance. When I'm disciplined with my time, I experience productivity. When I'm disciplined with my health, I get healthy. So
yeah, absolutely. So someone is asking, so number one, there's no A to B kind of thing, right? So it's like, it's not always going to be a clear cut answer, but someone's asking, how are we going to recognize what we need to change?
Well, I mean, let's just take a moment right now, and let's do a quick scan of our lives. We just had a VIP retreat, and we asked this question where, what is the number one thing you want to change in your life? Or what's the number one thing that you want to achieve in your life? And then the second question becomes, can I dedicate and commit an hour a day to achieving it? So I just learned this nugget today and I'm sharing it with you guys. So what's that number one? So most people are not, they're just distracted. So if you're not sure what your purpose is your purpose your number one priority? If it is, can you commit and dedicate an hour every single day to making it work? In order to get that hour a day, some of you might need to sacrifice some by waking up earlier, sleeping earlier, maybe, you know, getting rid of time waste. Like a lot of us are distracted by this beautiful technology. And there's this concept I heard the other day where it's like, imagine you have 100% potentiality right here in your head. And then suddenly your WhatsApp message that just took 5% of your power. And then Facebook took another 5%. Usually Facebook takes more, but then Instagram takes a bit. And then, you know, your kids take a bit, and then your partner takes a bit. And then you're like, why am I not able to focus? So the discipline to be able to go, first of all, please, like, put the phone on silent. Don't get those things. It's very manipulative, because they did the science of it and how it's triggering the dopamine responses in our brains, and we become like addicted to them. So having it on silent is a blessing, in the sense that not every single time someone's messaging you, you're getting a sound effect. That way you're, you know, because otherwise it's almost like a nagging child, like, hey, I want your attention, I want your attention. So like, at least having it on mute helps you focus better. So, and then money's there's a whole world of money. It's like, what's your relationship with money? The first YouTube video I recorded 10 years ago was Heal Your Relationship with Money. And it was like literally imagining money as a person, and what's your relationship with money. And so sorry, to answer the last question is, what's the most important thing for you to do? Make it a number one priority, focus 1 hour a day. And something about focusing your energy starts to, like for me, when I was working in daycare, I realized it's a step in the right direction. I want to help heal children, but I realize I'm here to help the inner child. And you can kind of tell if you're living the full potential, because I was like, okay, I'm, you know, giving kids like good, positive, you know, good job and high fives. And it's like, but really I have more to offer, I felt.
Yeah.
And so but it was a step in the right direction, and it led to like, now I can fully be in a session with someone and fully like hold space for the inner child to fully heal, for trauma to be released, for abuse to be healed, for forgiveness to take place. So you know when you're not living to the full potential. And to achieve, to know, I mean, just take a guess, start somewhere.
Yeah.
Whatever, you know, that momentum gets created and one thing leads to another. But just to sit there and go, not going to do anything till I'm clear, might not work. So just take a guess, try something. Like I tried so many different things, and that momentum gets created. And
yeah, absolutely. And that, all of that is not a waste. You know, a lot of people will say, well, I don't want to waste my time, I don't want to waste my energy, I don't want to waste my, you know, money, I don't want to waste any of that. But it's not really a waste, because you're learning what you do like and what you don't like. I was like, yeah, I really don't like this, I really don't like this. Yeah, there are some pieces of this that I like, but some pieces I really don't, right? So we've all tried different things, and we've come to the realization of some things I really like and some things no, right? So you no, somebody's just typing in the chat, I've been trying for 20 some years, like, no, like, you know, that we'll talk about that later. But sometimes it does feel like that we've been trying for so long and it's still not working. Right? Or we haven't found the one thing.
Honestly, guys, 98% of why we succeed is mindset. What does mindset mean? Mindset means, what are all the belief systems I have back here? What is my programming? What's my wiring? What's my childhood unresolved traumas? Like, you have to address your childhood traumas. Like, I spent half my life in victim and in blame and in giving my power away. And with that, I wasn't able to take charge of my life. I was in victim mode. So the first, you know, one of the key first things we have to do is really focus on putting it out there to attract the type of healer that feels like they're a high level healer. They're walking their talk. They feel like soul family. Something about working with random people. Like, I remember when I first started, I was like, I know this person's good at what they do, but I don't feel that soul connection. So it's really important that, because with the soul connection, we feel we can open up more, we can receive more, we can trust more. And like I birthed the infinity healing because I'm impatient. I want it to be like the best session for myself and for anyone else. I want it to be like 10 sessions in one. I don't want to waste time. I don't want to waste energy. I don't want to waste money because I got $30,000 in debt trying to help heal myself. And I was jumping from one thing to another. So it almost felt like my mind was like, look, see, I tried working with this one person. And it's like, no, you really need to commit. You really need to find the right person and commit and for the long haul. Okay, so this thing happened, this childhood trauma, this limiting belief, this ancestral karma, this past life trauma. Like, for example, a lot of people that I work with, they have this core trauma of being hung in a past life. So imagine your whole life this time, you're not stepping into who you're here to be because you're afraid you'll get killed. So there's two ways of doing that. I did it the hard way. I was like, I'm just going to face that fear. So every time I did a talk, every time I did a video, I was pouring sweat because the back of my mind, I thought I'm going to get killed because that happened before, at least once. And so one way of doing it is the hard way, which is you just slowly desensitize yourself, because each time you do it and you're not getting killed, you're showing your mind, look, see, nothing bad happened. The easier way is to find someone who can just go, okay, you've got these beliefs, this karmic stuff, this thing from your ancestral lineage, this thing from your childhood, and just clear it out. But don't just do one-offs and just bounce around. Like, find someone that you resonate with, commit, and do all the work. Like, clear the money stuff, clear the relationship stuff, clear the life purpose stuff, clear the trauma stuff.
Absolutely. And we all have a lot of stuff to clear, unfortunately, but it's not really like, I was saying this at some point yesterday or the day before, like a lot of the stuff that we have is not all just ours. A lot of the stuff that's coming up now for most of us is ancestral, is it's for the collective. It's not just for us. So that's why it might seem like, but I've been doing this for so long. But yeah, because you have cleared your own stuff, but now it's like part of you is also clearing the collective stuff and the ancestral stuff too. So there's a lot more that you're actually clearing and working on. So don't think that you haven't done any work, because you have. I totally get it. But there's, it's getting better.
Great point, Alara, because the collective it's never ending. Like, if we're all connected, and there's let's say 50% of planet Earth that wants to continuously transmit fear, and there's the other 50% that want to transmit love. If you clear your stuff and your ancestral stuff and your past life stuff, because we're all connected, then you could unintentionally start clearing out the collectives. And I feel like there's a trap there, because if you keep taking it on and trying to clear it, there is a percent. It's like being in a relationship with someone where you keep trying to clear their stuff, but they don't even care about clearing it. Mm-hmm. So why are we even wasting our time and energy? And then there's another trap where you're like, oh, I can't do it till I clear all my stuff. No, you're always going to have stuff. I have stuff, you have stuff, and we're still doing the work. Yeah. So do it imperfectly, but do it now at least. And do it exactly where you are right now. Like, you don't have to be the biggest excuse is how can I heal someone else when I'm not healed? That's the worst thing to do. As you're putting yourself out there and holding space for others to heal, you're healing yourself, and you continuously grow. I was broke when I was helping people make thousands of dollars at the start of my career. Imagine I told myself I'm not ready yet. Like, I could have, I was helping people manifest soulmates when I was single, and I was, so it doesn't matter. Our gift is not in healing. Our gift is in holding space. That's really what we're being paid for. The value we're creating is in holding space and allowing the client to heal themselves, to connect to their higher selves, to connect to Source, God, universe.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's the thing. It's like, a lot of us, we go to other healers because sometimes we can't quite clear ourselves because, it's not clear enough. We go to other healers. But the thing is, we are actually doing the healing ourselves. But the other person is facilitating and holding space for us so that we have, that support to do the healing, to actually receive the healing and say, yes, I'm willing to let this go now. Yes, I'm willing to heal this now. But it's actually us. So, we all have to get that. It's like we are our own healers. But it's important to
want more from your life too. Like, if a part of you is like, yeah, it's kind of okay how it is, then you're gonna have that okay kind of life. But if you're like, I demand more from my life. Like, I demand Like I remember I threatened the universe. I was like, universe, you chose healing for me. I never chose it. And here I am struggling with my money and barely getting by doing your work. Like I was, I was just so angry. I was like, and then I did I don't know, like a deal with the universe. And I was like, I will continue to do this work for the rest of my life, as long as you make sure I never have to worry about money.
Wow.
I mean,
So
think about it. It
yeah,
feels, I never chose healing. It chose me.
yeah.
And I know on some level, like I am my higher self and my higher self chose it, but in a way it felt like it just chose me. And I was like, okay, that's what you want me to do. I'll do it. So anyways, that I recommend trying that out. Threaten the universe that, that it will cover
Yeah,
your finances.
threaten the universe, but don't just have it be empty words. Okay, it's not just empty words. There has to be emotion in it. You have to really feel that, right? Because so don't just say it because, oh, Tarek said to say that. No, Tarek didn't say to say that. Tarek said to demand that of yourself and of the universe, but from a place of integrity and what you truly want, not just empty words. Okay, so there has to be your own your own interest in it, right? So the same.
Yeah.
So I know we have like people with their hands raised. We have questions in the chat. Do you want to take some questions as we're continuing to like talk?
Yes, I'd love to do a group healing. I'd love to do some one-on-one healings. I'd love to answer questions. And I just saw 12:34. So 1, 2, 3, 4 means take those next steps is how I interpret the time right now.
Nice. Awesome. Yes, take those next steps. And it's always about what's next, what's the next step. All right. So Caroline, hello.
Hi, my beautiful.
Hey.
Hi, Tarek.
Hi, Caroline. Nice background.
We spoke about 100 years ago when you first started on the show with Alara.
Oh, that's beautiful, Caroline. Do you remember what happened in our session?
It was, I think it was something with my husband and I don't quite remember. Yeah.
Okay, great to reconnect. How can I help you?
Hi. What is my next step too vague?
Your question is, what is my next step? Sorry.
Is that too vague?
That's too vague. I'm going to say that's too vague.
Yeah, thanks, Alara. If you can just let me know, what do you feel is the number one thing you'd like support with right now, or something that is a block or a pattern or a fear or one thing you'd like?
I'm a little bit upset with the universe for not bringing in more money for me to retire.
Okay. And how long have you been feeling that?
A couple of years.
Okay. So upset with the universe. And what's the end result that you'd like to have happen?
Be able to retire, pay off my mortgage, and not have to worry about using my gift just for money. And I don't want my gifts, which I have many, I don't want my gifts to become, I have to make money, I have to get clients. I would like that to just flow.
Yes.
As in service, as opposed to as in worry, because I have to pay my bills. So right now, yeah, so go ahead.
Yeah, so I would like, I'm upset with the universe because it hasn't given me enough money so I can retire, and unfortunately because of that I feel like I have to force myself to go out there and do it from a place of like it's a heavier energy to make money, but the real result you'd like is just to have the money flow and you just focus on being of service, right?
Yes.
And what do you feel stopping the money from being able to flow and more money coming in? What do you think's in the way of that happening?
Well, being that I'm working now, I'm busy from 7 to 7, let's say 7 to 7, right? So by the time I start work, finish work, do the groceries, and all that. So then the time that's left for me would be time for a client. But by that time, it's time that I don't have, that's why I want to retire. So I don't spend it here at work. I spend it in service.
Okay, great. So Caroline, that's such a tricky place to be. Some of the coaching clients that I have are stuck in a similar situation, and we basically taught them how to create all their, what are all the steps, what are all the audios, videos that you can create whenever you have time, so that when you do get a client who comes to you, you can just send them that program and it can generate thousands of dollars for you without you having to take more time. So there's definitely a ways around it. So I would recommend doing that. So whatever time you have, how can you use that time not to trade like an hour for an hour, like, oh, an hour of my healing for money. It's like, how can I create a whole experience A to Z and have people invest in it? And I spend time doing it, but when I do it once, I don't have to ever do it again, and I can leverage my time. Does that make sense?
So I already have a 6 weeks program
Yeah.
that I'm going to be putting out there, and
Okay.
CDs that I'm recording. So
Beautiful.
yeah.
You do?
Yes.
Great. And how much are you charging for the 6-week program?
The last time, I think it was $333.
333 for 6 weeks?
Yes.
Yeah. Does that feel
No.
little?
Yes.
Too little. I was
Yes.
going to ask Alara for a
Yes.
double intuitive check-in, but yeah, it feels very little. So
Yeah.
what feels more fair for you?
I'd have to sit with that.
Yeah. So Caroline, this is the exercise I do. So imagine I paid you 300. How does that make you feel? Does it feel like I'm ripping you off?
Okay.
It does, right?
For 6 weeks, yes.
Yeah. So now I give you 400. Does that feel like I'm still ripping you off?
It's not ripping off. I don't even look at it. Even the 300, I don't even look at ripping off. It's just not enough for the energy that goes in it.
Yeah. Does it feel like a fair exchange?
No.
No. $500 for the 6 weeks. Does that feel like a fair exchange?
You know what? Yeah. So I'm just remembering the second clients. I charged 333 and they paid me 600.
Okay, guys, that's a nugget
go.
right
There
there.
you
So
go.
when I started working, I was like, pay me what you can, and people
Yeah.
kept giving me more money. So this whole, well, how much do I price? It's a fun game to play, and that's the game we just played. Imagine receiving that money and not ripping off, but if it feels like, oh, I feel like I'm under receiving or undercharging or undervaluing myself. There's a magic number that feels like it just feels right. It feels expansive. It feels light. It feels I'm respecting I'm valuing myself, my time, my energy, my gift. So so if I gave you 600, does that feel too much?
No, that feels good, actually.
700,
Yes. Yeah.
800. You didn't say yes.
At 800, I'm starting to count the hours that I'm giving and the time. So
yeah. So here's another nugget. We want to get out of the trading time for money mindset. We want to go into, this is an experience, and if you can get the results in this experience for however long it is, that's what they're paying for. They're not paying for your per minute, per hour.
Okay.
Get out of that mindset. That's been taught to us by the system, and that's based on some old school way of doing things.
Okay.
This new mindset is people are paying me for a result. And whether that result can happen in a second, whether it needs a year, doesn't matter. The experience is 6 weeks. So the magic number seems to be somewhere around 700 and 800. So play with that and anchor it in. Start at a certain number, and then keep checking in every time people invest in that program. You'll reach a point where, oh my God, people are getting amazing results. People are lives changing. Like, you start to feel like, oh, I need to increase that number. So keep playing that game, keep increasing your value. Maybe you'll feel inspired to add a bit more into the program. But based on what people are telling you and the feedback and the results, you keep playing with that amount. And then, create your $1,000 program, create your $5,000 program.
Is it me or is it the audio, the Tarek?
On my end?
It's all good here.
Yeah, I heard. Okay, so maybe it's me because I heard a lot of garbly goo and couldn't hear you at all.
Yeah, please, guys, let me know if
we didn't want you to hear. No, I'm kidding.
I heard it is.
All this money stuff is. It's a whole bunch of.
That was a secret between Tarek and I.
I guess, because some people heard it and some people didn't. Okay, so I'll be quiet. You guys let me know if something is not working.
Alara, in the notes, 2 people confirmed the audio is fine, so it might be on your end.
Yeah.
Thanks for checking.
Strange.
So Caroline, that's it. But like, even that, don't settle for the 700. What's your 3-month program? What's your 6-month program? What's your $10,000 package? So feel free to go out there and create it.
Okay, so then eventually, I'd be making enough money, just even to retire.
And that's the game right there. It's get clear what that number is.
Okay.
Get clear on how many. So what's your number right now to retire?
Oh, how much a month do I?
Yes.
1,200.
1,200. So then you play this game. 1,200. I created a program that's valued at $800. So help me out with the math. So if I sell 2 of those a month, I leave my job. So to sell 2 of those, I need to get, let's say out of 4 sales calls, you sell out of 4, let's say you sell 2, that's pretty high, but let's just use that as an example.
I also teach 2 to 3 times a month in different spiritual areas. So that's about $400 a night or something, depending on how many attendees. So there's also that helps.
There you go. So you figure out the numbers, and then it becomes a formula. It becomes a formula. You're not like, oh, I hope I get it. You're like, okay, if I do 1 call every single week with a potential client, and I listen to them and hear out what their challenges are, hear what their problems are, really tune in if this program is a solution to their problems. And if I speak to 1 person every week, that's 4 hours a week. And 2 of those people that I talk to sign up for my $800 package, I hit my goal.
Wonderful.
That's it.
Wonderful. Yeah.
Game. It's just like when we were kids playing Monopoly, playing the game of life. It's just a game. So that's how you win.
Yeah. In the past, I think it's like I've been advancing more since 2018, but I think in the past I also had a horse that kept me busy at night as well. So there was even less time. So, but now I understand my patterns and where I was.
Beautiful. But like when you get good at this, your 1,600 from 2 hours of your time is going to be like, just the feeling of I spent 4 hours in 30 days and I hit 1,600. And then you just build on that. Now let me hit 3,000, 4,000. It's just a fun game and you get better at it. But great question. Thanks, Caroline.
Did you say you were in Toronto?
I'm in Nelson now in BC.
Okay. All right. Lovely to talk to you. Bye.
Thank you, Caroline.
Bye, my sweet.
And that was for everybody. It wasn't just for Caroline. For any of you who, would also like to work with more people, generate more income, etc. That was a great nuggets and wisdom and training for you. So please do, look at that for yourself. Okay. All right. Janine, you want to ask a question? You want to unmute yourself?
Hi, Laura. Hi.
Hi.
Hi. Yes. Tarek, I just want to ask, because you were mentioning like you also went through where you're being fired from jobs all the time and crap jobs. My history is from even top corporate jobs, even being the top salesperson or account manager, I would get fired or pushed out. I even got fired illegally from one of the top network operators, and I was very good at what I did while being pregnant for doing trance parties in my December holiday. And then through that, I had to start my own company because I realized I keep on getting pushed out and pushed out.
I was going to say that. It was the universe telling you to start your own thing. Okay, good.
Oh, no, but I started my own thing and then in the lighting industry, and I got a nice big deal. But then after that, it collapsed the industry. And then I found the most amazing product, which is a product that deals in your big engineering, from residential to commercial to engineering, which I've been doing for 9 years, which is from the Netherlands. And it's a stunning product that gets rid of chemicals and all that kind of stuff out of your processes and your big corporate. I do Coca-Cola and da-da-da-da. I get so far where I prove myself. I never have failures. Now, technology is always a success, but I never go further.
But what?
But I never get to go further.
So what is it that you'd
somebody
like to
leaves or the company goes through or they have changes?
Janine, for the best use of our time right now, I just need to know one thing. What is the one thing you'd like to experience? I still haven't heard that.
I'd like to experience why every single time in every industry, even starting in every industry, as I get so far, I get pushed out. I never see the actual.
Why do I get pushed out, right? And what's the end result you'd like to have happen? That's the problem. What's the thing that you'd want to have happen?
I'd like to actually see the thing. I go for big concepts and big ideas, and I go for big clients.
What do you mean by see the thing?
Because I want to see big.
You need.
Yeah. So.
When you say see the thing, can you word that differently so I can really get what's the end result? in a
I
job.
would like to obviously be extremely successful doing what I do, and
Perfect.
especially something I'm passionate about and love doing, and I don't understand
Beautiful.
why I keep on being blocked.
Yeah. Would you like to clear that block, Janine?
Sorry? Yes, please.
Okay. Are you from South Africa?
Yes.
Cool, cool. Janine, do you use the word source, God, or universe?
All of it.
Okay, so I invite you to close your eyes, take a deep belly breath, and release. Janine, starting now, would you like an infinity healing for source, God, universe to connect to you and to clear anything and everything interfering with you being able to break out of this pattern, to keep a job, to be extremely successful, doing what you love for the long term, any limiting beliefs, any self-sabotage, any fears, any emotions, any root traumas, any past life karma or ancestral karma, anything and everything that's interfering with you being able to break out of this cycle, to learn the lesson, clear the karma, take your power back from it. Would you like to do that?
Yes.
And clear your mind. What's the first thing that pops into your awareness when we ask the question, what is at the root of the root of the root of what's causing this to happen? Where did this all stem from? Could be something from childhood, something with mom or dad. What's the first thing that pops into your awareness?
I'm not worthy.
What is it?
Not worthy.
Not worthy. And what taught you that? Was it mom? Was it dad? Was it?
I think mom and dad, yeah, and family.
Beautiful. So can you imagine your mom and dad in front of you? Are you open to going through some forgiveness process with me right now, even if you might have done it in the past?
Yes.
Okay. Can you look at mom and dad and can you just let them know how did it make you feel when they said or did the things they did that made you feel not worthy? Can you look into their eyes and say, mom and dad, when you said, did those things, I felt, what would you say to them?
Made me feel lesser.
What else?
That I'm not worthy.
Sorry?
That I'm not worthy.
You feel not worthy, and what else?
Hurt, like small.
Small. I feel small. If you can imagine mom and dad responding to your inner child, what would you imagine they would say to her from their perspective?
Will you get over it?
They'll be like, just get over it. Can you look into their eyes and ask them for what you want? Mom and dad, I want you to make me feel better, be nicer, be kinder. I want you to reassure me that you love me. What would you want from them?
For them to say sorry or to yell at me.
I want you guys to apologize for that. And so when you ask them for that, how do they respond?
My dad would apologize probably, but my mom never.
Okay. And when you ask your mom, why can't you apologize? What did she say? Maybe it's her own block based on her own.
Apologize, so it's hard.
What's that? It's hard.
Never heard her apologize for anything. So.
I feel I'm picking up that it's like she's never, heard it from her parent and she's just passing it on. It's her own stuff. So are you willing to forgive them so that you can move forward from this experience so it's not affecting you in any negative way anymore?
Yes.
Okay, look into mom and dad's eyes and say, thank you guys so much.
Thank you so much.
I'm sorry that this happened. I'm sending you love. Are you still there?
Yes.
Yeah, and I completely forgive you.
And I completely forgive you.
And I completely forgive myself.
And I completely forgive myself.
And I take all my power back right now.
I take all my power back right now.
And place your inner child into your sacred heart space so that with every heartbeat, she feels worthy, deserving, good enough, all the things she desires. Would you like that?
Yes.
And when you tune in now to that energy of not being able to be extremely successful doing what you love, this whole pattern of, getting fired from all these jobs, what feels different inside of your being when you tune into the thought, the feeling, the pattern?
I don't know. I'm feeling a smoothness.
Feel smooth. Yeah. Good. Great. Awesome. Well, that completes this process, Janine. It is cleared.
Exciting a lot. Thank you.
Very welcome. Let us know how things shift for you, and would love to hear the feedback.
Thank you so much, Laura. Thank you, Tarek.
Awesome. Thank you, Janine. That was awesome. Thank you. Thank you.
Yay.
Good. And like I wrote in the chat, that was for everybody. So hopefully you all also went through the process for yourself with your parent or whatever came up for you. Because, you know, this is how we clear. This is, you know, by choosing to receive, by choosing to clear, by choosing to be present here and now, right? So let us know how that was for all of you as well. Type in the chat and let us know.
A
Rebecca.
lot of people close their eyes, Alara, when we're doing that. So
Yeah.
I'm guessing most people did it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you.
Yeah, how was that for you, Rebecca?
That was powerful. Made me
Awesome.
cry.
Good.
Awesome.
I mean,
Good.
you
Thank you
released
both.
emotion. How can I help you, Rebecca?
You know, that was part of what I wanted because I felt like there's like a big ancestral piece for me right now. So I'm at a point where I'm kind of in a squeeze because I need to get out of where I'm living in this toxic situation. And I'm taking action now, but I feel, if I'm honest, I'm feeling guilty and angry with myself that I didn't take massive action sooner. And I'm taking action now. So I am a healer, I am an empath. And I just finally started posting videos to my YouTube channel. Like I have a few on there, but I wasn't being consistent. Thank you.
That's great. Milestone.
Oh my God, that was years in the making. Just
Okay.
getting up the gumption, you know. So my history, most people here know, is incest and sexual abuse in childhood, but also satanic ritual abuse. And so I feel like I'm kind of coming up against that portion of it right now, really hardcore, because they did a lot of programming
Sure.
to never speak about it. So I get on every day and I make these videos.
Rebecca,
and I
if we can
speak
focus
about it.
on one thing in our time now, what would that one thing be? Would it be the childhood satanic abuse? What's the end result you'd like to have happen? Is it that you're in a new space that's not toxic? What's the
It's kind of all tied together because, like, yeah, whatever it is that's holding me back in success in my businesses, I'm sure it comes from the satanic stuff.
Yeah.
And then
but what's the thing that needs to happen, Rebecca, for you to go, okay, it happened, so the session worked? What's the result that we're looking for? Is it more money, more clients, new home, a feeling?
more money.
Yeah.
Oh, I know what it is. It's the ability to receive.
Okay.
And even to ask for help, because I've noticed that I have a really hard time. I didn't think this was such an issue for me, but it is. Like just asking people, would you share my YouTube video? Would you, you know,
that's
do
the
this
heart,
or that for me?
Rebecca, that's the heart. After all the trauma you've been through, and bless your heart for such a intense initiation experience into remembering who you are.
So it's like receiving is very difficult. And so I end up sabotaging.
Yeah, self-sabotage. So let's focus on that.
And I think that's something that a lot of people can also relate to as well. So
it's universal, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So please, guys, as we're doing this work, me and Rebecca, please also say yes to the infinity healing so that you can receive them as well. Rebecca, do you use the word source, God, universe, or anything else?
Creator, all of it, any of it's fine.
Beautiful. Okay, so Rebecca, starting now, do you surrender this experience to Creator?
Yes.
Yes. And would you like an infinity healing to clear any and all the guilt, the shame, the blame, the resentment, the anger that's in your field?
Yes.
And to transmute it from the moment of conception, everything before it, after it, everything connecting to it, and replacing it with love and higher frequencies?
Yes.
So when you said I'm feeling guilty that I didn't do this earlier, I have this image of you climbing up a mountain and dragging this big rock with you while you're climbing up the mountain. So would you rather go up the mountain without having to push this big boulder, which is the guilt, and why weren't you there earlier? Like, we don't need that. Let that fall so that we can at least just walk up them. It's hard enough as it is. We don't need to add more to it, right?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So,
Yes.
so let's clear that and let's replace that attitude of being hard on ourselves. Let's unlearn that and replace it with the ultimate affirmation every child has is it's okay. So it's okay, meaning I'm accepting, I'm being nurturing to myself, loving to myself, self-care. Would you like that?
Yes.
And guess what, Rebecca? You can only be where you're ready to be. If you were ready to be anywhere further, you would have been there. So you can only be exactly where you are right now. Therefore, exactly where you are right now is perfect. Would you like to receive that?
Yes.
Okay. Would you like an infinity healing to heal this childhood trauma, abuse, satanic rituals, clear it out of your field on all levels, all space-time dimensions, from your ancestral lineage, from your past lives, and take back all your power and reclaim your freedom, sovereignty, and empowerment?
Yes.
To surround yourself with positive vibrations, positive energies, to receive all the support from your guides and angels from source? Would you like that?
Yes.
Would you like an infinity healing to clear what's stopping you from experiencing infinite financial freedom, abundance, and empowerment?
Yes.
Clearing anything and everything that's stopping you from succeeding, from being able to receive, from feeling worthy, deserving, good enough, and being able to ask for help?
Yes.
And would you like to clear any and all self-sabotage and show all parts of you that it's safe for you to succeed and all the great things that will happen when you do that?
Yes.
Great. And when you tune in now to that energy of getting yourself out there and succeeding in your practice, what feels different inside of your being?
Much lighter and more clear.
Beautiful.
It's like it's more simple,
Mhm.
more focused.
Beautiful. Congratulations, Rebecca. This concludes our session for now, and let us know how things unfold for you. Thanks for being here. And me and my team have really great work, success working with people who've been through similar situations. So if you need some ongoing support, please reach out, let us know.
Thank you so much, both of
Very
you.
Awesome. Thank
All
you,
of you.
Rebecca. Awesome. Good. All
Nice.
right. We are going to just take a few quick questions from the chat because I promised at the beginning, I said we would take questions from live people, the hand raised and in the chat. So I was like,
You're so good to your audience, Alara. You're so generous.
I know, right? It's like, oh gosh, now I got to find them 1 second. So how is everybody doing after that quick little process that Tarek just did, right? Amazing. So type in the chat, let us know. So Arietta had a question about, she said, huge financial issue due to lockdown, unable to pay my rent. I try to sell my beautiful antique furniture to collect money, but there are many blocks. Can you please help?
Yes. So the end result is more financial abundance, I'm guessing,
Mhm.
more financial flow. Okay. So what's her name?
Arietta.
Arietta.
Mhm.
Okay, so Arietta, same thing. Would you like Source, God, Universe, Creator to connect to you and clear anything and everything that's interfering with you being able to experience more financial abundance, more financial flow, more financial ease, more financial grace, to clear any of the mindset, beliefs, fears, emotions, root traumas that are in the way of your financial abundance, to take inspired action, to be resilient, to be determined, to be committed, to be focused, to know what inspired action to take to allow for that to happen. Would you like that?
Yes, I'll say yes on her behalf.
Yes, 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 yes. All right, let us know, Arietta, what shifts for you, what feels different, and what happens in the future.
Awesome. And Sophia, why can't I grow my money? Instead, I spend whatever I have saved.
Okay. So Sophia, would you like an infinity healing to clear anything that's causing the default to go into not being able to save your money, not being able to manage your money, not being able to grow your money, to clear any subconscious patterns, beliefs, fears, emotions, root traumas, childhood stuff, ancestral stuff, past life stuff, clear any vows and agreements that no longer serve your highest good, and replace it so that the new default is saving money, growing money, managing money, investing money, having a better relationship with money. Would you like that? And making sure that the default is like a thermostat and it's always on the positive end.
Yes.
Yes. Beautiful. Let us know how things shift for you.
And so Angela's question is similar, I guess. It's like, how can I get consistent flow in my money and stop the trend of losing it, especially to the tax man?
there's a million ways to make more money.
And we all have to pay the tax man, right? So that's, that is something that I don't know how you can, not do that. But yeah, so the consistent flow we talked a lot about, but I'll let you answer that question.
Yeah, I mean, I was just listening to one of my inspirations, Billy Carson. He does a lot of ancient Egypt, planetary, the truth of our history, Billy Carson. And he was recently talking about like, how can we break free from the matrix? And it's like, you don't need to go marching, you don't need to go protesting, you just need to take a stand for your sovereignty and for your freedoms, meaning stop paying the tax man, stop paying for your student loans and stop, like all these things that the system created purposely to keep us trapped. He was like that. Imagine the whole planet today decided not to do that anymore. And imagine the world where we're not afraid, right? So we're either listening to fear or listening to love. So let's do an infinity healing, first of all, to break out of the matrix, to reclaim our infinite freedom, empowerment, and sovereignty. Would you like that?
Yes.
Yes. And for us to always choose to align with the voice of spirit, of source, God, universe, of our hearts, to listen to it, to follow through on its guidance, and to not listen to the voice of fear and what's going to happen, and like buying into that, like not feeding that, not buying into it, not following through with that. Would you like that?
Yes.
Great. And so, an infinity healing to manifest financial abundance, which to me means how can I create something of value? How can I find the problems on our planet and offer the solutions? How can I offer my my gifts, talents, and abilities in a big way? Let the whole world know about it. We had I forgot her name. Was it Rebecca talking about putting herself out there on YouTube? Alara's putting herself out through summits. I can every week put out a video. So how can we put ourselves out there, let the world know about what we're doing so we can reach more people, make a bigger difference, impact more people, create more value, which then translates to getting on calls with these potential clients and then finding how you can serve them and having options for them to pay, and don't just settle for the one-on-one session. Create products, create services, create packages, create programs. Yes, would you like that?
Yes.
Awesome.
All right, so Angela, let us know how that resonates with you, and anybody else how that feels for you and what's coming up. Renata, last question. Renata's saying, after working and studying so many things, am I going to be able to focus on and create money out of it? I feel like I am not really in love or passionate enough or sure about the things I already know. That's a bit confusing, Renata. Oh my God! But
I'll say it this way, Alara. A lot of us take all these courses, and like sometimes we do it for the wrong reasons. We're like, okay, if I take this course, I can make money. If I take this program, I can make money. But really, we want to like go take a step back. Like, what really makes my heart sing? What makes my heart skip a beat? What makes me feel alive? What makes me feel good? What makes me feel fulfilled? These are the qualities we're looking for. We're not just looking for a job. We're looking for something that makes us feel fulfilled, something that helps us feel like this is I call it my great soul offering. Like this is, like, imagine I took for granted the ability to do the things that I've done. And we have skills of intuition, empathy, holding space, connecting to the light, knowing what to say. Like all these things are skills. So imagine we kept it to ourselves, me and Alara and some of you guys, like we'd be robbing so many breakthroughs and transformations and opportunities to feel aligned and feel we're here for a reason and feeling fulfilled and excited. So passionate, right? So find out for the right reasons, what's the thing that you can really align yourself with? Like the question, if money's not an issue, what would you do, right? So even if you were a zillionaire, you wouldn't feel fulfilled because you're not living your purpose. You don't want to work just for the money. You want to work because it gives you fulfillment, because then you'll continuously be committed and dedicated, and you'll continuously be motivated and inspired, and you'll be resilient because it's coming from a deeper why. So find out what that is. Would you like an infinity healing to align with it, to know it, to value it, to charge for it, to put it out there, to believe in it, to trust in it, to value it?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, yes,
Good.
yes. Oh my goodness. And as you were talking, I'm like suddenly sweating. Oh my goodness. It's like so much heat. So much. And I wanted to say too, like when you're talking about being fulfilled, and I've said this in my private groups as well, but that is what fulfills me. Doing these shows live fulfills me. Doing my group calls with my membership and my other groups, that fulfills me. And it, whether I'm making a lot of money or not, doing those things fulfills me. Talking to people one-on-one fulfills me. Doing the group healing processes and sharing my wisdom and whatever I got going on, that fulfills me. And if I didn't do that, I actually miss it. Like sometimes I have a call on Fridays with my group, and then the next one isn't until Monday or Tuesday, and I actually miss it. It's like, yeah, it's like, oh my God, it's like I need that, but I try to give myself a break on the weekend. So
I hear you, Alara. That's how you can tell that you genuinely are in alignment and you truly love doing it, and it fills a special place in your being.
Absolutely. And it's not about the money. It's showing up and being of service and sharing, whatever it happens to be. And that's what it is for me.
Have you heard of the book It's Not Your Money or something? It's like a spiritual book about money, and it's basically saying like it's not even your money. And I love the concept that I just got it on Audible, and she was basically, we've heard this before, and I really want to anchor it in because it feels really fresh and empowering, and it's like the big picture. And it's like you can say it in different ways, but if you're religious, you can say serve God and all your needs will be met. If you're more spiritual, you can say, focus on aligning with your higher self, and sometimes if we're focusing on the money, we're missing the point.
Yeah.
I mean, you can focus on money from a place of like, it's a game and I want to win at the game of money. That's how I play it. And that's fun for me, and it's light and it's exciting. I'm not caught up, oh, I didn't hit, I'm not stuck in the trap of it. I'm playing it from a different perspective. So it's okay to focus on it. It's okay to want it. It's okay to want more of it. All those things are fine because there's a lot of judgments towards that. But I remember when I was like, hey, I want to hit 6 figures, and I hit 6 figures, I was like, yay. And then 5 seconds later, I was like, why am I not fulfilled? Like,
yeah.
Oh, it's like, it's not really spiritually fulfilling, but it was fun. But it doesn't last. So we're looking for lasting freedom, lasting empowerment, lasting fulfillment. Those are things that on a spiritual, so seek the thing above it or deeper than it, because those things will lead to deeper fulfillment. And otherwise we're just trying to fill a void, and it's never enough. People get stuck in that trap of, okay, I hit 6 figures, now I want to hit 7 figures, now I want to hit 8, and it just, you never, from a place of emptiness. So would you like an infinity healing to keep your eye on the prize, to serve God and allow all those things, more than what we even know to ask for, to be provided for us, to really keep our eye, like what I said in that earlier, is like, universe, I will continue to do the work, and you make sure all my finances are taken care of. So serving the highest good of all, serving your higher self, serving source God creator, serving planet Earth, and focusing on that, making that the number one priority, and allowing for the repercussions or the results of you doing that to come your way with ease and grace. Would you like that?
Absolutely. Yes.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you, James. It's Tosha Silver. It's Not Your Money. That is the audiobook I was listening to.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yes.
Good. All right. So I know more questions have now come into the chat and stuff, but I want to take a moment and talk about the packages, and because then I want to be sure that we have time to do a group process as well, right? You still want to do a group process too?
No, sorry, I'm out of energy. we maxed out.
So Tarek's package is available at alara.at/show. Hold on, /Tarek 8. Hold on, my computer, hold on. Yeah, alara.at/show/Tarek8, TAREK8. All right, so there's package A and package B. I'm going to put the link in the chat for everyone as well. So Tarek, you want to just talk a little bit about the packages and what's available for everyone?
100%. Super excited about this program, guys. First of all, I've been creating programs for the last 10 years. And I always start off by asking, like, what is it that my spiritual audience, my soul family, like, what is it that we really need to receive? And I stopped catering, like, people are like, hey, people want more money, and like I've created so many money programs, but this time I really asked myself, what is it that like, if this was the last program I ever created, what would I create? What is the real need out there? What is my real great soul offering? And it was really challenging because the mind is like, no, people want more money and all that, and you know, that will sell better. And I kind of overrode that, and I went into what is it that what program would I want to create for myself that will lead to me experiencing the deeper fulfillment and connection and all of that. So I think I have the link here. I can paste it. Let's see if that works. So I just pasted the link in comments. You guys can click on there so we can be on the same page. So yeah, healing trauma and abuse, guys. At the end of the day, for the last 10 years, every single time I do a one-on-one session, there is a root trauma. There's a trauma, and it could be anywhere on the spectrum. You know, we've had someone earlier, thanks for her courage and sharing about satanic abuse. And then it could be anywhere from mom wasn't there, or mom and dad didn't love me the way my love language is, which is love and touch and nice words, and you know, maybe they did it differently, right? So anywhere on that spectrum. And all our money blocks, our relationship blocks, our career and life purpose blocks, our health blocks, all those blocks are stemming from unresolved childhood traumas. So why not commit for the next few weeks to really diving in deep? We have to go all the way back, fix the base of this building. Like, people keep saying, like, I try this and it falls, and I try this and it falls. So let's let it fall. Let's rebuild the base of that structure that is us, the tower that we're building that is us. Let's build it strong, root chakra, anchored into Mother Earth, powerfully rooted, which means healing our childhood trauma and abuse and anything else from our childhood, so that when we start building, that building will last and will not topple. That's kind of the image I have for this. So I created it for myself and for my clients. I'm like, what are the key steps that we all need to go through? So anyways, we packed it with value to close to $3,000. So we've got the 6 audios, and you listen to one audio once a week. It's written here to move from survival to thriving. So really getting out of survival in all areas of your life to thriving on all areas of your life. So 6 audios, one audio once a week. 6 week of remote distance healing. So the reason we do the remote distance healing is because some people invest in these programs and they don't listen to the audio. So I'm sending it to you so whenever you purchase it, the first Monday, module 1 goes out through distance. The next Monday, module 2 gets transmitted. There's no email or information. It's just, we're transmitting to you, meaning me and my guides, the modules, so that you're receiving them energetically in case you're not listening to the audio, because I really want you to succeed. Then there's 3 live group healing sessions. I mean, look at what we're able to do today in 5 minutes. Imagine we had a whole hour, and then each person can take 5-10 minutes each, and we can just do a powerful group healing. Those are always fun. We have amazing experiences. We have amazing breakthroughs. A lot of shifts happen. So we'll have 3 of those. And I think we're starting maybe 2-3 weeks from now to give folks time to listen to the replay and all that. For those of you that don't know, I'm a hip hop artist. I go by the name of Indigo Prophet. I've got like 5 rap albums out there, and I'm a spiritual artist. So like one of my songs is called the Light Warrior Anthem, the Goddess Anthem, and I put all these infinity healings into the music. So it's, imagine someone speaking our language, speaking about our problems, about being empaths, and you know. So we included my latest album called Ascension 777, and it's got healings for the root chakra and the solar plexus and all sorts of different healings to reclaim to step into your goddess energy, step into your warrior energy. There's a beautiful song called Forgiveness, and it's got a forgiveness healing for the inner child. And I share very vulnerably my own experiences from childhood. There's a private Facebook group, so you guys can all meet each other, share your wins, share your successes, kind of, hey guys, I just finished the module 1, I really like this and that. And we usually reward people who share breakthroughs and wins, because we know it's going to inspire other people. So we might do some kind of contest and prizes and things like that. And then limited time bonus is a full bonus program. So a limited time bonus, we're adding a whole other program that used to be its own launch. So it's called the Magic Book of Miracles. And these are like 22 prayers or invocations or intentions, and they're just 3 minutes long. And it's like every area of your life. And literally before you go out of bed, you can literally play these intentions for all these different areas of your life: money, purpose, and they're very powerful. They're just jam-packed with powerful words that like my whole gift is words, and I channel the right words that have the impact that lead to the results. So we're putting that in. All of that valued close to 3,000. You guys get it for 147, only 147, and there's like payment plans, I believe. And then package B, yeah,
There's 2 and 3 part payment plans available as well.
wow, super. Again, you're super generous, thank you for that. So really no excuses if this is feeling in alignment for you. I wouldn't even ask, is this in alignment for you? But for me, it's a no-brainer. Like, I'm gonna get all my money back emotionally, financially, spiritually. Like, this is going to give me tremendous value. Special offer. So package B, I believe we include everything plus a 15-minute one-on-one laser infinity healing. Now, for those of you who are not used to 15 minutes, maybe you can ask Alara. We do a lot in 15 minutes.
Absolutely.
Yeah, like so much can happen in 15 minutes. I mean, what we've done today for you guys was like 5 minutes, maybe 10 minutes most. So 15 minutes, we focus on one key area, go right to the root, childhood healing, go through the forgiveness process, do a manifestation process, reclaim your power. We go through the entire body, so all the chakras are aligned, and clearing any negative influences and aligning with source energy and filling our energy and doing ancestral stuff, past life stuff. All of that happens in 15 minutes, and that's $297. So if you really, love yourself enough to want more from me, that would be the next step. I've stopped doing summits for a very long time. I only started getting back in. I've got this renewed sense of, I want to be in front of more people. I want to help more people. And I was able to create a bit more space in my schedule to be able to do that. But for the longest time, I haven't been doing this. So this is a great opportunity. So for those of you who want to do some one-on-ones, feel free to take advantage of that. It's only $297 normally. To work with me, you're looking at a minimum of 3,000, and it goes all the way up to like 20,000 for a 1 year course. So it's great value. Most people I work with have experienced a lot of childhood trauma, and it's mostly women, and they're mostly healers, and they need help with financial abundance. That's usually the number one thing.
Awesome. Thank you. And again, like Tarek was talking about that 15-minute laser session. So don't waste your time with the story in your 15-minute laser session. Get as much as you can with the infinity healing process that Tarek's going to do for you. So, come in with this is what I want, to get cleared or fixed or whatever, and then just go for it, And the thing is, when you start to actually, because package B includes all of package A as well, you're already going to be starting to receive the distance healing. You're already going through the modules. You're already going through the MP3s. So you're already starting the process before you even get in the session with Tarek. So a lot of clearing and releasing is already happening before that. So just know that it's, both are going to help you to really get past these blocks that have been holding you back for so long. and that, where nothing is worked, and then this is the time, right? So again, those two packages that Tarek is offering so generously is available at alara.at/show/Tarek8, TAREK8. And like Tarek says, he has opened up spots in his calendar to work with you, to be there for you and support you. All right. So please do take a look at that and choose which one works. And both of the packages have 2- and 3-part payment plans available for you. Okay. So that'll make it a little bit easier for you to jump in. All right.
Awesome. Laura, I forgot to mention the titles, if you give me a few seconds. So module 1 is Heal Your Inner Child's Trauma and Abuse. So a whole hour, up to an hour, it doesn't have to be an hour, but healing your inner child so that your inner child feels whole, complete, integrated, clearing victim consciousness, strengthening your connection with your inner child and self. This is the root of a lot of why we get triggered in relationships and not feeling good enough and all that. The second module, we focus on healing relationship with family members. So healing our relationship with mom and dad, which affects our whole relationship in our lives with the masculine, with the feminine. So mom and dad, and then with the masculine and feminine, and then reprogramming our mind to be our own version of ourselves. So we're not stuck being mom, stuck being dad, stuck being, a victim. We're creating ourselves who we're really here to be. Module 3 is the most powerful, forgiveness. So forgiveness of self and others on all levels, clearing karma, learning lessons, seeing everything from the highest perspective, shifting out of victim consciousness to creator consciousness, and taking all your power back. Module 4, we experience infinite self-worth, confident in yourself and your abilities, self-esteem, trusting yourself and others. For those of us who have trust issues, experience your ultimate mental and spiritual health. So I love that we integrated mental health and spiritual health, because since COVID, a lot of people have been experiencing a lot of depression and anxiety and aloneness, and all our stuff is coming up. So that, imagine having that regrouped and strong mental state. Clear all the shame and blame. Those are one of the lowest vibrations, and we replace them with higher vibration so we can attract high vibing people like our soul family. We can clear feeling neglected and not feeling safe, clearing patterns of rejection and abandonment. And then finally, 6 is clearing any and all addictions, clearing unhealthy coping mechanisms, clearing the need to hide or bury our emotions, learning how to process and be present with our stuff. And yeah, we go deep with that one. We go deep, any interdimensional interferences and negative entities and hooks and attachments and all that kind of stuff. So we clear all of that.
Awesome. Thank you. All right, so now I know we want to do a group process for everyone. Everyone's waiting anxiously. Yes, we want more. And I don't know if you want to focus specifically on, taking back our power, being sovereign, healing the inner child, we talked a little bit about breaking free from the spiritual traps, and the secret to manifesting wealth. It's like, I think a lot of people that, that's what they want, is the secret to manifesting wealth, and also at the same time let go and release all the stuff that's keeping them from doing that, right?
Yes. Yeah, I'll write those as notes, and I'll also intuitively start channeling during the process.
Yay, thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, so I invite everyone to close their eyes, take a deep breath, and release. Beautiful. So starting now, imagine source, God, universe, creator connecting to you. And starting now, would you like an infinity healing to clear anything and everything that's interfering with you being able to have an amazing relationship with money, to welcome money into your life, to hang out with money, to have fun with money, to be of service to money, to have money be of service to you, to have a wonderful relationship with money, wonderful relationship with wealth, wonderful relationship with prosperity, clearing any and all judgments towards money, clearing any and all judgments towards wealthy and rich people, clearing anywhere where we can't be financially abundant and spiritual, clear anywhere where money's bad, where money's evil, wanting money's bad, wanting money's evil. Clear any and all of the programming, and trust me, there is a shit ton of programming in movies and TV shows that show the poor people as happy and the rich people as evil, conniving people. Therefore, subconsciously, you're saying, I don't want to be rich, I want to be poor. So would you like an infinity healing to clear all the beliefs, mindsets, blueprints, anything from TV, from the media, from culture, anywhere we're mind controlled, brainwashed, from religion, from childhood, from mom, from dad, from ancestors, that is interfering with us being able to have a super healthy, positive relationship with finances, with money, with being wealthy? Would you like that? Great, yes. And would you like an infinity healing to powerfully align with who you're here to be, what you're here to do, reclaim your power, freedom, sovereignty, step into who you're here to be of service, get yourself out there, clear the traumas of bad things happening when you're seen for who you are, get yourself out there, be seen, be heard, create value, get out of your comfort zone, grow, evolve, share, add value, be of service, reach more people, make a bigger difference, be more ambitious, have bigger dreams, dream bigger, want more for yourself, want more from life, ask for help, receive all that you're needing with ease and grace. Would you like that? Fully align with your gifts, talents, and abilities, value them, charge for them, get them out there, appreciate them, own them as gifts, really value your time, your energy, your gifts, your abilities, and charge your worth, own your worth, charge your worth. Would you like that? To really believe in yourself, to be who you're here to be, do what you're here to do in a major way, in a big way, have your intuition continuously nudge you towards the things that your heart is desiring. Would you like that? Thank you, thank you, thank you. Amen. And so it is. So that concludes our group healing, guys. Tune in, see what feels different right now. Would love to hear some feedback, and then definitely tune in the next few days and weeks ahead and see what starts to shift for you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, so what is coming up for you? What did you feel, or during that process? It's like, sometimes when people are doing a process, like Tarek was just doing a process, and it's like some of you might feel some tingling, some of you might feel like a vortex of energy around you, some of you might be hot, but some of you may have like thoughts coming up, and so as those thoughts are coming up, it's like, let them go, let that be cleared, right? Let that be released from your field. Belinda says thank you. Arietta says thank you and amen. Absolutely, amen. And so it is, right? Declare to the universe, yes, this is what I want. Yes, this is what I demand for myself, for my next steps moving forward. Some of you may be feeling an intensity in your throat as well. So that awesome, like blow it out, let it go, because that's, might just be an old story coming up in resistance, right? Linda says, thank you. I could feel dense energy being gently pushed out and feeling energy in my third eye. Awesome. And I know Linda mentioned earlier in the chat something about a prayer that you just did, Tarek, recently, and she actually she loved it, and when she was listening to the prayer, she said that right after that, 2 people contacted her for something. I got to go back and read it.
Yeah. So on my YouTube channel, I think she's referring to the one on the YouTube channel. So if you just type in Tarek Bibi, I think it's either a daily prayer or manifest anything now. I just got someone yesterday sent me this really cool red Blazer car, and she called it Bibi after my last name because she listened to that video and manifested the car the next day as well.
Wow, awesome. So thank you for that, Linda. Angela says tears and yawning, more release. Awesome, good. Allow the release to happen. Just, don't be in resistance of it. Don't question it. Just let it go. And Sherry says yes, and so it is. And that's the thing. It's like the more that you allow, to release and clear, the easier it will be for you to then receive, right? So I know Rebecca, when she did her process with you, Tarek, it was all about receiving. She wanted to be able to receive, right? And you can receive as you let go. So sorry, Renata, I can't copy paste. So you might have to, like, Renata just put the link to your YouTube in the chat, but for some reason my copy paste is not working.
Okay.
I'm gonna try and share that with people here, just so they can check it out as well. And
I can find it. Yeah, I'll find it and post it.
yeah, see, mine does not work. Okay. Oh yeah, she just did. Awesome. Thank you, Renata. Good.
Okay, thanks.
Paige says, you took the words out of my mouth, Alara. Yes, I felt density in my throat. Thank you, Tarek. Awesome. Yeah, I was just, just coming up. So it's like, yes, awesome, good. And that's the thing, it's like, observe it, acknowledge it, let it go, and say, what else is possible now? What's next? Like, universe, bring me what, I desire, and blah, blah, blah. But, and then it also is about implementation, right? So Tarek just posted his Manifest Anything Now video as well here in the chat. So click on that, take a look at it, watch it, listen to it, and not just watch it and listen to it, but really take it in, right? Really take in these infinity healing processes as well. It's not just, don't be in your head and say, well, this is what I want, so this better work for this. No, just allow it to go through you, okay? And then observe. Sorry, go ahead, Tarek.
Yeah, the manifest video, you just choose one thing, like you get very clear about one thing, and then it walks you through like really feeling, like we've done it in the law of attraction, but this kind of has the infinity healings to clear the beliefs, fears, emotions, or whatever's in the way of you manifesting it. But yeah, just the way I like to do it is every morning I choose one thing I want to manifest, and then the next day I choose another one thing. I just keep it simple.
Yeah, keep it simple, right? And keep it on point. We talked about that earlier, and just don't have a little bit of clarity in your head. Don't just like, yeah, I have so many things I want. Pick one, and then the next day you can pick something else. But even in the next day, in that moment, say, okay, what do I want now? And allow that intuition to come to you and show you what it is now that is being called to come forward, right? Don't just be in your head and say, I want this and this and this.
I'm so excited for you to creating your big program right now so you can help people in a deep way. I'm seeing it. It's so powerful. I can't wait.
Thank you. All right. So this was amazing. There was so much that we talked about, but there were so many processes that Tarek did early on before we did the group process as well. So all of that is for each and every one of you as well. It wasn't just for the person who asked the question. That is it. Everything is for all of you. So please be willing to receive. Go back and watch it again. Go back and listen to this again, and be receptive and receive. The clearing, the releasing, the process, the downloads. Just receive it all the best you can, and then see how your life starts to change. All right, and of course, if you can get the packages, they're available at alara.at/show/Tarek8. And
we limited the one-on-ones. I can't remember the number, but yeah, I asked my team to put a limit on that. So
yeah, because you can't, yeah. So they're limited, right? So take this opportunity now to purchase package A, or if you can do package B, that's going to make a huge difference. But if you can only get package A, awesome. That's going to help you as long as you listen to the videos or watch the audios and videos, whatever, one a week, and then continue to live your life, continue to implement, what it is that's coming to you. It's like, yes, I want this, and this is what I'm going to do. So there's so much wisdom. Tarek did so much coaching in this call as well to help you, giving you tools and strategies to help you to start to create that life that you desire, to manifest what it is that you want, and to have more flow and money in your life so that you can, be of service, to yourself, to your community, to your family, to the planet, to all of humanity, and whatever else you would like to do, right? So thank you. So Tarek, is there any other last words of wisdom you'd like to share with us?
That was beautiful, Laura. Thanks for the opportunity. I really appreciate it, and I love this community here. I love the energies, and what a great call. And I hope I made it extra super special as a big thank you for being one of the first to launch me on a summit, which was a big goal for me, you know, at that time. So I just want to conclude with this idea of sovereignty. As a soul, you are an infinite sovereign soul, and we happen to be in a world, virtual reality, where it's been sabotaged and infiltrated to have us feed it. And the way we feed it is through fear and through stress and through drama and arguments. And there's something beautiful that happens when you just like reclaim your heart and your power, and you just become this beacon of light, and you just don't take any of that bullshit, and you just don't let it in, and you don't fall for it. So being that spiritual warrior, we're all destined to be that. That's in us. You know, we've been through so much to prepare us for what we're going through now. Worst thing that can happen is we go back home to where we came from. Best thing that can happen is we really take a stand for what matters most to us, and we step into the driver's seat of our lives and consciously co-create the reality that we know in our hearts feels like heaven on earth, feels like home. And a lot of us are trying to leave here and go into the higher realms, but really we've come here. Let's enjoy what this world has for us, and let's bring the vision of that higher realm and anchor it into planet Earth. So that might require building, it might require networking, it might require getting out of our comforts and putting ourselves out there. Like we really have, it's, you know, you're selfish if you're just like, oh, I'm afraid I'm going to stay here and keep my gifts. That's selfish. So, you know, be bold enough to face these fears, and every day, how can you grow? And we're either growing or dying, right? We're either evolving or we're slowly dying. So jump on the train of constantly growing and evolving and learning new things and implementing. And you know, it's like it's a mindset of being a winner and being someone who's an achiever and someone who's you know, this is coming from someone who had the worst conditioning. Like I was told I was an idiot every single day of my life. Growing up, I was getting the lowest grades in school. I thought I was the biggest failure. I thought I was slow and stupid, and you know, got fired from all the crappy jobs. And if I was able to go, okay, what is my passion? What is my purpose with all that negative upbringing? Like anyone can do it. And I think that's why I believe so much in the people that I work with, is because I don't know anyone who felt less about themselves than I grew up. Like I don't know anyone who just felt the lowest of the low. And it's amazing how that story then, if you believe in yourself, you can achieve your dreams. And it sounds cliche, but I'm a walking, talking, breathing example of it. And when people come and work with me, it's a big deal because I know, like, I'm inspired by seeing a lot of women go through traumas and not being able to help them as a kid, or you know, seeing abuse towards the inner child or the child and not being able to take a stand for it. But now as an adult, I'm able to use my gifts and that power to uplift, to inspire, to motivate, to activate, to help people really believe in themselves, because I just found a way to alchemize the extreme negative versions of those, and they just get alchemized and they are used to propel someone forward. So I don't waste time, I don't waste money, I don't like to waste energy, and I go right into it. I'm very Aries, very fiery, and I like to just, let's get right into the biggest block that you have. Let's pinpoint where it is, and empathically I'll feel it. Let's clear it once and for all, and let's build from that. So
awesome, beautiful.
Yeah,
I love that. Thank you. And you know, we all have challenges, you know, growing up. We all have had challenges growing up. Don't let that define you. Don't let that stop you. Don't let that keep you from living the life that you truly desire and deserve, right? So use that as fuel to motivate you to move forward. Okay. So as you were talking, Tarek, it's like, oh, some of the old stuff that I pushed aside, it's like, oh, it came back up. It's like, oh yeah, that was not fun. That was not fun. Oh yeah. It's like, wow. You know, so it's like, I'm not very good at sharing about my childhood, and you know, that's just not how I was brought up, but there's all that stuff that's there. It's still
Yeah.
there, right? So I'm going to use that now to propel me forward instead of stop me and keep me small. I still consider myself playing small. So I'm going to use that to move me forward and to be of greater service, if that's even possible.
Yes. Yeah.
So thank you for that. Yeah, awesome.
Oh, it is.
All right, everyone. So thank you. We'll be back again tomorrow. But thank you for being here with us, for all of your questions, for sharing your comments, and your feedback is so appreciated. I'm so grateful to all of you. But we will be back tomorrow. Take a look at Tarek's packages as well for yourself, so that you can move forward in your life as well. That's what we want. I truly want you to have more of what you truly desire. That's what I want for you. I don't want you to be stuck anymore. I don't want you to be limited anymore. I want you to really thrive and flourish and be happy, right? Awaken to happiness now. That's what it's about, right? So thank you, everyone. Until next time, may you continue to be blessed with an abundance of joy, peace, love, happiness, prosperity, and radiant health. Sending you all much love and blessings always. Bye for now.
Love you guys. Appreciate it. Thanks, Alara. Blessings.
Thank you, Tarek. All right, bye, everyone. My voice is now going for some reason. So, all right, bye for now.